Working tirelessly through the brutal Toronto winters is an extraordinary machine that keeps flights running on time.
Make it ready to go upstairs and start spraying.
Mother Nature hits us with all these challenges and we're able to push back.
Using new technology to fly deeper into the snow-covered mountains of Switzerland is a specialized drone on a search and rescue mission.
Drones are capable of flying in conditions where a helicopter can't fly anymore. This really qualifies for being an extreme ice machine.
Crisscrossing the frozen lakes of northern Canada is an extreme ice machine that allows anglers to navigate the frozen waterways in safety and comfort.
You can fish in one spot, you can pick up and move 5 minutes, and you can fish 20 different spots in a day.
Where frozen wilderness exists, where snow and ice are relentless, and where exposure to the elements is a matter of life and death. Human survival depends on extreme ice machines. Tucked away in the suburban sprawl of southern Ontario is Canada's largest and busiest airport, Toronto Pearson International. Every day, Pearson serves 136,000 passengers in over 1,000 planes from all over the world. Safety and speed are the priority at Pearson, but the conditions are unpredictable. This airport is subject to extremes.
Entering 3 north, contact Iceman 3137.
When winter hits, special protocols go into effect. Ice and snow can change the aerodynamics of an aircraft surface, making for a dangerous departure. But Pearson is home to the largest central de-icing facility in the world, and to keep aircraft clean, their de-icing truck of choice, the Elephant Beta. This machine is a de-icing factory on wheels. This 10,000-pound behemoth can withstand minus 60-degree Fahrenheit conditions for days. Its rock-solid chassis, 46-foot telescopic arm, and hot-to-nozzle transitional spray give it the strength, stability, and precision needed to ensure every aircraft is fully cleared of contaminants. Heating its de-icing fluid internally with temperatures up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, there's no plane or weather it can't handle. It's 6 a.m. at Pearson International, and the morning shift at the central de-icing facility has just begun.
Now says there's a 60% chance of flurries today, so we could get some activity. Last night we didn't spray Cathay, we didn't spray Eva, so it was kind of cold, we didn't get those flights. But we are going to start an ice mode nonetheless. It is a bit slippery out there, so please be careful where you step. Just report what you see.
De-icing specialist Derek Helgeson and the rest of the crew make their way out to their assigned de-icing units.
We had a lot of snow overnight, which then means everything at the terminal got some snow, and so everybody's coming in.
Following procedure, Derek performs his regular checks. Elephant Betas are on the service bay pads 24 hours a day. Despite heavy use, they're in perfect condition. These machines are built for Mother Nature's worst.
Carrie, so I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go upstairs and start spraying. Looks like we're gonna have some flights coming in, so off to work we go.
The lineup of aircraft waiting to be serviced is growing. With no time to waste, Derek straps himself in and braces for the first spray of the day. The Central De-icing Facility, or CDF, and its fleet of 46 de-icing vehicles can service up to 500 planes a day. The CDF is divided into 6 de-icing bays, each large enough to treat 6 large aircraft or 12 medium to small-bodied aircraft, removing any contamination that is collected on the critical flight surfaces in a matter of minutes.
Contamination on an aircraft could be in the form of ice, snow. Even the slightest of frost conditions can affect the aerodynamic flow of that aircraft.
Go ahead for 5-5.
5-5, we've got a wide body coming in. You okay to spray this one?
Everything okay on my end. The first flight of the day that you spray is always the nervous one. That's you get all the jitters out.
De-icing specialists in their Elephant Betas work in teams of 2 to 6, depending on the size and specifications of the aircraft.
Just getting my arm into position here.
So wings and tail, go ahead and spray it type 1.
Waiting for all my guys to be ready. And away we go. Fluid's nice and hot coming out of the truck.
These de-icing monsters carry up to 1,585 gallons of searing hot antifreeze fluid called Type 1 glycol, an ethanol glycol water mix that is sprayed onto any contaminated areas of the aircraft. The glycol acts as a thermal conductor, keeping the fluid hot as it comes out of the telescopic arm.
Right now I have my hand on the joystick, and in my right hand I have the actual nozzle control. In our lights that we have on the end of our booms, we can see exactly what we're spraying and be pinpoint accurate, actually. One little speck of ice or snow, that's what we can hit with it.
The Elephant Beta's nozzle is powered by a hydraulically driven servo pump. Based on professional firefighting equipment, a servo pump allows for the precise control of volume and pressure, similar to a constant pump, and reaches measurements of 50 psi. The rotating valve allows the nozzle to transition from spray to jet stream with a flick of a wrist.
You need that jet stream to drill through some of the snow and ice to get down to the wing to let the fluid start working underneath.
Go ahead and back off the flight.
Roger that. I must say I did a fine job on that one.
While the specialists on the ground and the de-icing control tower, known as the ice house, run a coordinated dance of de-icing in the service bays outside, Randy Horn and his maintenance crew are waiting in the wings. If anything goes wrong with the Elephant Betas, operations can't stop. And no one knows the Betas better than this team.
I manage the complete maintenance of all of the vehicles and the support vehicles, a total of about 100 vehicles. This is the VestaGuard panel that controls everything in the unit electronically. This is where we will perform diagnosing and testing of the unit. We've had this talk to a system upstairs, which is our telemetry system, and allows the bay boss and everyone to see the fuel levels, the fluid levels on all the units, the heat, the temperature of the fluid, speed. So it's live, real time of what's going on with the unit. It's absolutely amazing.
While the broad reach and powerful spray of the Elephant Beta are impressive, it's the underbelly of the beast that really sets this world-class de-icer apart from the rest.
This is the furnace where everything happens. This is your main heater here.
The planes that move through Pearson International Airport in Toronto have come to rely on the Elephant Beta, an extreme de-icing machine that sprays the aircraft with hot de-icing fluid, allowing them to safely return to the skies. The Elephant Beta has the capacity to batch its own Type 1 glycol blend, an antifreeze which is used to de-ice the plane. But Pearson pre-batches their own, so from fuel to frost, the process starts in the belly of this de-icing beast.
So Type 1 tank is here. This is Type 1 coming into the unit. The fluid will come into the circ pump, run back into this big heater here. This is the furnace where everything happens. This is your main heater here. It's hydraulic fan, and it's fired by diesel.
The fuel combustion bentone burner can heat the Type 1 glycol blend within 3 minutes using stainless steel coils in the insulated double-welded tank. The closed-cell foam insulation allows the fluid to lose only 3 degrees of heat an hour. When needed, the Type 1 is then pumped through the arm to the nozzle using a rotational pump.
So this is a Hardy rotational pump. It's very slow, low pressure, high volume pump. It uses diaphragms on each head. There'll be 6 diaphragms through a series of valves. Glycol in one side, glycol out the other, fed by the control of the hydraulic pump turning it. And that's how it creates its pressure. And they run very slow, but they create a lot of pressure. Fluid is brought up to the top, across the carousel, and then out to the nozzle, and it's controlled by the operator.
The Elephant Beta's telescopic arm is a hydraulically powered 46-foot, 3-phase boom, making it easy to manipulate around the aircraft surface. Constructed with special aluminum alloy for strength, rigidity, and extreme weather elements. For the most efficient and accurate results, the de-icing specialists must bring their machines within a few feet of the aircraft.
While you're spraying, you can adjust your cab level to whatever height you like, just to get a better view of what you're spraying.
By coming as close to the affected areas as possible, operators can reduce the loss of heat transfer and apply the most pressure. To do this, the Elephant Beta has been designed to have the longest reach of any de-icing unit in the industry.
I think the most innovative part of this unit is the ability that it can reach any aircraft. A380 down to a Dash 8. We have many that could do smaller planes. We have many that could do the higher planes. This unit here can do it all.
To get in close without coming in contact with the aircraft, de-icing specialist Derek relies not only on his experience and his eyesight, but on the Elephant Beta's tusks, 2 antenna proximity sensors placed on both sides of the nozzle.
And as I get closer to the fuselage, I'm watching my yellow tusks right now on the side, making sure I don't bump into anything.
So right now we're in hydraulic mode, and we can pretend that the unit is de-icing, and that the operator touches a wing. Shuts everything right off, which would drive a service call right away, and the ice house would know that, hey, something happened electronically to this unit. We would be on call to find out what went on, and there'd be an inspection. So there's sensors in every tusk. The computer shuts everything off, shuts the nozzle, hydraulics everything. The front engine will stay going, but there's no hydraulic pressure anywhere.
The Beta's precision and efficiency are needed to keep things running like clockwork. And while Pearson prides itself on speed, like the Beta, safety is the priority.
Center. He has now requested the radome. I'm going to need all trucks. I need the fuselage inspected to see if it needs to be sprayed.
A pilot requests more attention to a pack of snow on the fuselage.
On the left side of the fuselage, we do have some snow. We will not just spray until, okay, well, time's up, we gotta go. We'll spray until that plane is clean. You have a wing or a tail that's completely coated in snow or ice, and you're responsible for getting that off.
Shift after shift, these machines take a beating, but their reliability, durability, and clear reach are what get aircraft quickly in and out safely.
The de-icing units we use here, they could be running for days at a time, and they continue to perform as we need.
These de-icing machines and their crew are truly heroes of airside operations.
Seeing our team be able to deliver what they can deliver and seeing the pride that they take in the work they do, it's cool. Like Mother Nature hits us with all these challenges and we're able to push back.
After a long, hard morning, Derek's shift draws to a close. He'll head home for the night, but Derek knows, come rain, sleet, snow, or ice, his Elephant Beta will be ready and waiting in the morning.
I like the challenge of the job. Not everyone can do it. The Elephant Beta, they are built to last. They are built to take any weather conditions for many years, and they do the job.
High high up in the mountains of the Swiss Alps. Cutting-edge technology is being used to save lives.
It will operate in conditions where we can't see anything. This really qualifies for being an extreme ice machine.
The Swiss Alps, legendary for their breathtaking beauty and world-class terrain. Every year, alpine enthusiasts come from all corners of the globe to hike, ski, and climb the Alps. And every year, a percentage of them will be injured or go missing in the mountains, where the cold, high altitude, and unpredictable weather make finding them extremely difficult, and sometimes impossible. But a new cutting-edge device is showing promise for helping those trapped or injured in the mountains. A drone, 1/6 the size of a helicopter, is being developed to search the areas that no other rescue team can access. Equipped with multiple sensors, a thermal imaging system, a cell phone locator, and the ability to fly over 11,000 feet above sea level. This drone is a potential game changer for alpine air rescue. This area is monitored by Rega, the Swiss Air Rescue. They are the largest part of a close-knit network of alpine rescue groups that bring stranded adventurers to safety. From their nerve center at the Zurich Kloten Airport, they can deploy 18 helicopters and 3 air ambulances from 12 bases around Switzerland. And they can be at the scene in as little as 15 minutes.
We use every possible means for search and rescue.
Sasha Hardegger is the head of helicopter operations at Rega.
In every case, we have to expect the worst. Only if we act swift and quickly we have a chance to find these people alive.
But if the weather turns, then locating people in distress is beyond the reach of both helicopter and ground rescue teams.
Biggest challenges we face is the weather conditions here in Switzerland. And that's conditions where you can't fly a helicopter anymore. The weather is preventing you from helping these people.
And the alternative option of sending teams to search on the ground is a slow process. And in a rescue mission, every minute counts.
That's where the drone comes in, because nowadays drones are capable of flying in conditions where a helicopter can't fly anymore.
This revolutionary drone could save precious time when searching for missing people in the mountains. But when Rega began to search for a drone to add to their fleet, one that could fly in any weather and at high altitudes for extended periods of time, there was nothing on the civilian market that could fit the bill. It was clear to Rega that they had to develop their own drone with the unique capabilities to handle the harsh conditions they faced on the mountains. Enter Mattia Corti.
I'm project manager for the Rega drones. The challenge is that you have to develop something by yourself and then put it together in a unique, tailored system. You have the vision and then you have to find a way in order to reach the goal.
The Rega drone had to be able to fly in high altitudes, in all weather conditions, without a constant connection to the ground station, and be sensitive enough to detect people in rough terrain. Every drone needs a ground crew, and the Rega drone is no exception. Today, Mattia mans a camera and the sensor feeds, while another member of the team, Damiano, pilots the drone.
Confirm ready to go?
Link okay, ground control station, it's ready.
Okay, we go.
Control checks, okay. Ready, battery's full, parameters are okay. We start.
A drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV, that uses satellite signals from the Global Navigation Satellite System. Unlike GPS, GNSS can tap into signals outside its network for increased accuracy.
We have the GNSS receiver, which tell the drone where it is. This part we have the autopilot. We can still pilot it in fully manually or autonomous. We can define waypoints and the UAV will follow those waypoints.
It has rotors that keep it airborne. Most drones have 4 or more rotors, but the Rega drone is shaped like a mini helicopter.
Because of efficiency, power, and endurance, we choose an helicopter.
And the hovering capabilities, that's the main reasons why we chose a helicopter design. And of course, we are a helicopter company, so it's very close to what we're doing.
Here on the front, we have the infrared camera we use for navigation. The infrared camera allows us to navigate also by night. We have video transmission down to the ground control station. And from the ground control station, we can see the environment and where the UAV is flying.
The hope for this custom drone is that it will transform the way Rega is able to conduct life-saving searches in the Alps. But right now, the UAV is still in the testing phase. All systems must run without a hitch before it can be put into operation.
We are testing the mobile phone detector here at this small cube, which allows us to use the mobile phone as beacon. First step, we can just build a communication with the mobile phone, and in a second step, we can geolocalize the mobile phone.
A similar system of tracking a missing person's phone is already used on the Rega helicopters. But for the drone, they needed to enhance the signal, and the device itself needed to be more compact and lightweight. Now, that detector is being put to the test.
This device plays a role of mobile phone antenna. We have a transmit antenna and a receiver antenna. We can simulate a usual provider, and as soon the mobile phone see our device, it will want to connect to our system.
2 cell phones have been planted in the designated search area for the sake of this test, to represent stranded individuals waiting for rescue and being geolocated by their phone. Everything depends on the drone picking up the cell phone signal. The stage has been set, and the Rega drone is on the hunt. But will the search and rescue team's efforts be rewarded?
We are just waiting for a signal of the missing phones.
High in the Swiss Alps, a drone is being put to the test. Its makers hope it will soon be helping to save lives. Developed by the Swiss Air Rescue, or Rega, this innovative machine is using specialized technology to provide data to aid search and rescue missions. The drone is currently undergoing cell phone detection testing before it can officially enter the ranks.
We can test the system and look at the performance of the mobile phone. We are just waiting for a signal of the missing phones. Turn right. You have a range of 300-400 meters, so we can also search close to small village without seeing thousands of mobile phones.
One of this drone's key innovations is that it can fly autonomously over a large search area, an area as large as 6 square miles, even after it's lost touch with its ground control station. Only takeoff and landing are done manually by the control operator. This is known as flying beyond the visual line of sight.
Start slowing down, Mattia.
Yeah.
You're going to lose line of sight in about a minute.
Okay. The Rega drone is able to fly predefined flight path, and we need, in order to fly behind visual line of sight, we could pre-program the UAV to follow the trail, which is supposed to be done by the missing person.
Usually, when a drone loses contact with the operator, it is programmed to head back to base. But the Rega drone must continue to search for missing people, no matter what.
This drone will operate in extreme conditions. It will operate in conditions where we can't see anything. This really qualifies for being an extreme ice machine.
Here we can see our predefined flight path, and the UAV will follow all those predefined waypoints. With the green wall or geofencing, the UAV can never fly outside.
Software that creates a geofence around the search area controls a Rega drone, preventing it from moving out of the targeted region. It's as if a virtual circle was drawn around an area on a map, and whenever the drone enters that area, boundaries, known as a geofence, are triggered.
The UAV will be automatically rebound if we'll go in this direction. On the map, we can see mountain trails, or here we can see we have a cable which could be dangerous for the UAV.
Flying beyond visual line of sight means that the operator cannot help the drone if it runs into an obstacle, like power lines or even the terrain itself. But Mattia and the Rega drone team found a solution.
I think the most impressive feature is the fly director unit, which is just here behind on the canopy. It's really the core. The software is a merge from different databases, as a terrain model or cable database, which allows us to know the mountain, the terrain, so we can avoid terrain and cables and other traffic automatically. If in case the drone will approach the cable, the predefined flight path will be skipped and then will be override, and then the UAV will autonomously avoid the cable, for example.
With the drone beyond visual line of sight, all Mattia and Damiano can do is wait and hope that the drone finds the cell phones that have been randomly dropped in the test area, representing a lost or stranded individual.
In our job, each second it counts. I'm sure he will help to save his life, because we have a really wide range of different devices, technologies to find the person, to bring the help. Damiano, we have connection now.
The Rega drone has successfully picked up a cell phone signal.
Now we know the 2 mobile phones are within this area. We know that the missing person is here in this region. We can see the estimated coordinate, the position of the mobile phone, so we can send directly people on the ground, or we can send a helicopter.
Finding the phones is a huge win for Mattia and the team. The Rega drone is now one crucial step closer to saving lives in the Alps.
We have still a lot to do. The next month we will start the first hot mission with the goal to help people in the mountain. When we will find the first person, really a 100% accomplishment.
Motivation for this is really to help even these people that you can't reach today. Even if it's a very small number, the individual is really what motivates us to develop these kind of techniques. This drone will be the first of its kind, but I hope it won't be the last.
In the Canadian North, ice fishing is a popular pastime, but frigid winter conditions can make it challenging, even dangerous. For the avid outdoorsman, there's an extreme ice machine built to operate as a mobile fishing shelter that will withstand the worst winter can throw at it.
As long as I can safely get to the lake, I can get out on the lake and fish.
On the frozen water of Lake Winnipeg, ice fishing is a popular pastime. But without a boat to assist in reeling in the catch, the simple art of angling becomes more difficult. Located in Manitoba, this is the 11th largest freshwater lake in the world. At nearly 9,500 square miles, it's a popular draw for outdoorsmen and a haven for walleye fishing. When the temperature drops and the water freezes over, it's not long before the lake is scattered with fishing huts, portable sheds used by fishermen to protect themselves from sub-zero temperatures while running their lines. But unlike regular fishermen, anglers don't have the freedom to travel from location to location. They have to pick a spot and hope the fish are biting, because it can take days to find a new site. Finding a fertile fishing spot is a common predicament for the typical ice fisherman, unless you have a snow bear. A fully insulated, mobile fishing machine, complete with 4 sealed fishing holes built into the floor. All of this is on top of the patented track and ski system that raises and lowers hydraulically, dropping close to the ice surface for angling, and rising up when it's driving.
A lot of people put a shack on the ice and it stays in the same spot all winter. The idea of snow bear is mobility, and that's key to successful fishing.
Ron Balzer now owns the company, which he bought from the founder, Tom Licken, in 2011. Tom designed and built the first prototype in 1999.
Oh, it was drastically different. I mean, Tom built it in his garage, and it was aluminum structure. I still own the original snow bear, and matter of fact, he stole the engine out of his wife's Chevette. It still runs today, actually. He had a background in snowmobiles and farm tractors, and his hobby was fishing. And he wanted a way to move his ice fishing shack. He'd like to have it mobile, so he invented the snow bear.
It's the snow bear's ability to operate like a traveling fishing hut that makes it the ultimate fishing vehicle.
You can fish in one spot, you can pick up and move in 5 minutes, and you can fish 20 different spots in a day.
For Matt Hobson, successful fishing, particularly a chance to catch the famous Lake Winnipeg walleye, known as a greenback, is what his tour groups have come to expect. They might not care how they get out there, but Matt does. He knows that without the snow bear, his ability to deliver the famous fish could be limited by bad weather or remote location.
The snow bear is immensely important because it means I can get out on the lake. There's been numerous days where everyone gets scared off the lake and I'm still fishing because they're fishing in tents and the wind's too strong, their tent can't get set up. They're worried about visibility. As long as I can safely get to the lake, I can get out on the lake and fish.
Just like the Bombardier B12 before it, known in the north as the Bombardier, the snow bear works on a track and ski system. Where the Bombardier was designed as a passenger vehicle that has been co-opted for fishermen to travel across the frozen lakes, the snow bear is purposely designed for anglers who want the freedom to move easily from location to location and fish indoors without ever having to leave the warmth of the cabin.
It's in its driving mode now. It's raised up. That affords you good clearance and good traction on the snow. But when you're fishing, you want to lower it down, get closer to the ice. Well, to raise and lower the machine, the patented AcroLift system, we decided to ingeniously use one system. We use the power steering pump. To raise and lower the machine, we've got a small hydraulic tank, but instead of having a second hydraulic tank and a second hydraulic pump just to operate the cylinders to go up and down, We have one common system operating that and the power steering. You want keeping everything lightweight, keeping it efficient and simple. When you get to where you want to fish, so you open up a hatch and you'll mark and drill your holes. And then you drop in a nylon sleeve, creates a nice seal up top here, and the bottom of the sleeve would be right tight to the ice. Keeps your hole from freezing, and it keeps the warmth in the machine and keeps drafts out. We have a propane furnace in there, same as a camper or a motorhome would use. It's an 18,000 BTU furnace, which is plenty ample for the small size of this. It keeps it nice and warm. I'm usually wearing a short sleeve shirt when I'm actually fishing in there.
Ice fishing guide Matt Hobson is on his way to another hole in search of the prized greenback.
We have 4 holes in the floor, which allows 4 anglers to fish inside. We have electric auger here, so I'm going to drill our hole, put our sleeve in. The sleeve's going to prevent that wind from blowing up, and clear the hole out so we're ready to fish.
Designed specifically for winter fishing, the Snow Bear has been a game changer for Matt's business.
It's the reason we started the business. For us, with the Snow Bear, is the accessibility and the mobility it affords you on the lake to search out the pods of fish. Lake Winnipeg's a big basin. Mobility is key.
The Snow Bear gives Matt the upper hand over anglers forced to remain stationary. But as he searches for the coveted greenback walleye, mobility alone doesn't guarantee a catch.
See if there's any fish down there right now. Hopefully they're here today.
The Snow Bear is the ultimate ice fishing vehicle. Able to travel effortlessly over the frozen water, it allows anglers like Matt Hobson to drop his line into a fishing hole without ever leaving the warmth of the cabin.
I'm just putting our sonar down so we can see what we're in for depth and see if there's any fish down there right now. So right now we're fishing 9 feet of water right out off the edge of a current seam in the lake. Fish have been here for the last week, so hopefully they're here today.
And if the fish aren't biting, it's a simple process to pull up the sleeve, raise the tracks, and move on to another site, rather than being forced to stay days or weeks in the same location.
The whole capsule is a double wall fiberglass filled with a polyurethane closed cell foam, and that gives us our warmth. The foam is 2 pounds per cubic foot. It actually adds 65 pounds of flotation. This machine is not a boat, but it does have buoyancy. The lack of flotation or buoyancy foam in the front, by design, the engine actually drops in the front, so the back door, you can escape out the back door. We also have a roof hatch on the top. The whole idea of this foam originally was for warmth. The flotation ended up being a bonus or a benefit.
The fiberglass and foam construction makes for a very nimble, environmentally friendly vehicle. In addition to the skis on the front of the machine, the Snow Bear's track system in the rear is 220 inches long, allowing the vehicle to span 16 feet in length with a ground pressure of 1 pound per square inch, weighing less on the top of the ice than a human. Equipped with an efficient fuel-injected engine, the Snow Bear allows Matt to navigate to multiple fishing spots on Lake Winnipeg on a single tank of gas.
I've gone up to 60 kilometers in a day. Sometimes the fish are on the other side of the lake, and we don't have a choice.
It's also the patented Max Track system that further differentiates the Snow Bear from a traditional snowmobile.
As you accelerate on a snowmobile, the track tightens up and your contact with the surface lessens. The neat thing about this track system is it works the reverse way. As you accelerate, the track expands its contact. And it does it by way of a number of pivot points that we have here and up there. So as you accelerate, the track carriage collapses somewhat, increasing the ground contact.
The combination of safety, warmth, and low environmental impact has made the Snow Bear an attractive vehicle for more than just recreational activities.
Well, it's been used by a lot of different companies in commercial applications, be it surveyors, seismic companies.
And for Matt's business, employing a pair of Snow Bears has been a huge success.
My wife and I both saw the potential a Snow Bear had. We crunched the numbers and realized it would be a viable business. And our 5-year business plan got thrown out year 2 because it was no longer relevant because we're exceeding expectations.
And exceeding expectations is Matt's goal every time he takes a tour group to catch and release and, in some cases, feast on fresh Lake Winnipeg greenback.
The demand and the draw of the Snow Bear, especially on such a big body of water like Lake Winnipeg, a body of water that changes year to year, day to day with the conditions, the Snow Bear is the way to get to where you want to go no matter what.
This is our famous greenback walleye. A unique color on Lake Winnipeg, a nice fish, and this is what everyone comes up for.
It doesn't matter if you're an avid fisherman, somebody who's new to the sport, or somebody who's just looking for a new experience for the day. It suits all demographics.
The Elephant Beta de-icer, the Rega drone, and the Snow Bear. 3 extreme ice machines that help make life and work in the north possible.
Mother Nature hits us with all these challenges and we're able to push back.
I think the most innovative part of this unit is the ability that it can reach any aircraft. We have many that could do smaller planes. We have many that could do the higher planes. This unit here can do it all.
They are built to last. They are built to take any weather conditions for many years, and they do the job.
Biggest challenges we faced is the weather conditions here in Switzerland. That's where the drone comes in. Nowadays, drones are capable of flying in conditions where a helicopter can't fly anymore. This drone will be the first of its kind, but I hope it won't be the last.
The Snow Bear is immensely important because it means I can get out on the lake.
For us with the Snow Bear, it's the accessibility and the mobility that affords you on the lake to search out the pods of fish. Lake Winnipeg's a big basin. Mobility is key.
The Snow Bear is the way to get to where you want to go no matter what.
In the frozen landscape of the north, the climate is an ever-present danger. Whether it's executing an essential procedure for safe air travel, searching through snow-capped mountains, or riding across ice-covered lakes, human survival has come to depend on these extreme ice machines.